I saw a video where Tiana Taylor was saying she would love you till she can no longer love you again, and then she will move on. I think that we should start correcting that. That's a people pleasing, overthinking thing to do. I have been doing a series, intentionally dating in your 30s, how to intentionally date in your 30s. And I want to say that everything I said or I've said, I will say is not law, it's my opinion and it's based on my experiences. So you can take it, leave it, do what suits you. I've talked about rewriting your story, letting go of the story of rejection. I've talked about putting yourself in a place where you feel like you have a choice. Today, I want to talk about the emotional parent. Some of us grew up in homes where we had become the emotional parent. For example, like you, something would happen and you would talk about your emotions or how you feel, and you still be made to apologize to mommy and daddy. Or like for some of us, we had to cater to our parents emotionally. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. I got exposed to a lot of things I shouldn't have gotten exposed to at a young age. I remember that sometimes my parent would talk to me about their relationships and would expect me to give them relationship advice. I was just a teenager. I was 9, 10, 12. My emotional needs were not catered for. So I realized that growing up as an adult, that now makes me overextend emotionally. So I always understand. I'm always the understanding one. I'm an empath. So whenever somebody would do something to me, especially when I am dating, and I could see that this person was clearly overreacting or clearly throwing tantrums or acting from a place of trauma, I would be quick to want to be the one to mend fences, even though I knew what was going on. So there was something I was listening to Jay Sean say at the beginning of the year. He said, "I understand, but that doesn't mean I accept," and that's something that I made up my mind intentionally to start doing. I understand that you're going through trauma. I understand that what you're doing is overreacting. I understand that I'm not at fault here, but I'm not going to accept it. So I was watching something on TikTok the other day at the beginning of the year, and this girl was saying, don't always be the first to apologize or to try to mend fences when you're dating someone, because you need to also step, actually, if you're an overthinker and if you overfunction emotionally, you need to also step back and see how this person would behave. And I've seen it so many times. And she said something. She said in her previous relationship, she was always the one overextending, always the one wanting to, you know, make sure they are okay, always the one wanting to say, okay, what's going on, reach out. And the moment she didn't anymore, the relationship ended. That was similar to my own experience. I've had an experience like that where I was always the one saying, okay, let's sort this out, okay, let's do this. And the day I didn't do it anymore, that was the end of the relationship. You don't want to overextend. You don't want to always be the one to be understanding, especially when you're dating. I saw a video. I'm sorry this thing is taking so long, but I feel like, I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. I saw a video where Tiana Taylor was saying she would love you till she can no longer love you again. In marriage, it's different. You love a person, you give people multiple chances because you're married to the person. It's for better, for worse, right? So there is grace to, I mean, before you make up your mind to marry someone, you guys must have gotten to a level of, okay, we're in this together. There's grace for that. But when you are dating someone, there's not been any real level of commitment that has been made to you. You do not owe them your continuous love until it breaks. You don't have to wait till you get to the
This is
point that
caring.
your love breaks to set standards for yourself. And that's it, period. If you have standards and you say, have deal breakers, this and this and this is my deal breaker. For me, I'm very big on emotional availability. A lot of people have mastered the act of emotional performance. And the moments when you need people to be emotionally available to you, the performers are not able to do that. I've gotten to that point. So when I see an emotional performer, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna give you benefit of the doubt. And I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna need you to actually show up. Let's see how you're gonna show up in that moment. So what I'm saying is you don't have to wait till you stop loving people, till you get to the point where you're broken, to actually set standards and say, no, I'm not going to take this. Secure love doesn't wait till they break you before you decide what you will take and what you will not take. When you move in a place of secure love, you have standards and you say to yourself, these are standards that I will not compromise. I'm not saying financially. I'm just saying you know what is not what you cannot compromise. You know that. And so when you're giving someone grace and they don't show up, don't wait till your love breaks. Move. Move. Don't say, oh, I'm going to give him another chance so that I don't go back. You don't need to explain to anybody anything. You don't need to explain. Is that overextending from childhood? That's always wanting to be the emotional parent, always taking care of your parents, always talking to them. A lot of us did not experience emotional parenting from our parents. We had to become the emotional parent. And we see it happen in African homes. A lot of us have had to step up to take care of our parents emotionally. And this is not to shade or jade our parents and to say they did what they could with what they knew. But we need to change the status quo. We need to step up. We need to separate ourselves from that and say, you know what? Going forward, you're an adult, you can take, especially firstborn. They give you so much emotional responsibilities to take care of your younger ones, to take care of this, to take care of, you don't have to. Take care of your inner child. Take care of yourself. So that when you get married and when you start a family, you're whole and you're able to cater for your children emotionally. So that they don't now have to be the one catering for you emotionally. We need to break that cycle. Okay, I think I really got intense here. So I'm just going to stop now. I hope I didn't ramble a lot. Bye, guys.